Welcome back to my channel, All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're revealing some coins that could be worth way more than you think. Stick around to find out. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're going to explore the fascinating world of the US $quarter coin 1776 to 1976, commonly known as the Bicentennial Quarter. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a true piece of American history that celebrates the 200th anniversary of the United States. But what makes this coin so special, and why is it worth far more than its face value? Stick around to the end to find out how much a well-preserved bicentennial quarter could be worth today. Let's start by going back to the mid-1970s, when the United States was gearing up for its bicentennial celebrations in 1976. To commemorate this historic milestone, the U.S. Mint decided to release a special series of coins. The Bicentennial Quarter was the standout piece of this series, and it captured the nation's pride and rich history in a way that only a coin could. These quarters were issued between 1975 and 1976, but the design specifically commemorated the year 1776, marking the 200th anniversary of America's independence. The reverse of the Bicentennial Quarter is where the magic truly happens. It features a bold depiction of the Liberty Bell, a powerful symbol of freedom and independence, which has been associated with the United States since its early days. Surrounding the Liberty Bell are 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies, and the year 1776 to 1976 is proudly displayed. This was a coin that celebrated the country's founding, its growth, and its continued pursuit of liberty. Above the Liberty Bell, the words E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one, reinforce the unity of the United States. It's a design that is rich in meaning, history, and symbolism. The obverse side of the coin, as with most U.S. quarters, features the well-known portrait of George Washington. This design was created by John Flanagan and had been in circulation since 1932, making it a familiar and enduring image for American coin collectors. Now, let's talk about the reason why this coin is so valuable. You might think that because the U.S. Mint produced millions of bicentennial quarters, they wouldn't be worth much. However, just because a coin was produced in large quantities doesn't mean it's worthless. The value of these coins is heavily dependent on their condition, rarity, and, of course, any special minting errors that might have occurred during production. The vast majority of these coins were made for circulation, and most of them have been worn down over the years as they passed through countless hands. The good news for collectors, however, is that finding an uncirculated or mint condition bicentennial quarter is still possible, and these coins are worth a lot more than their face value of 25 cents. An uncirculated coin is one that has never been used in daily transactions and has remained in pristine condition since it was minted. These coins are highly desirable among collectors because they retain their original luster and sharp details, making them worth far more than a typical circulated coin. However, the real treasure lies in coins with minting errors. Minting errors are what make coin collecting so exciting. During the production process, mistakes can happen that result in one-of-a-kind coins. Some of these errors include off-center strikes, doubling of the design, or even misprints. These coins are incredibly rare, and the value of a bicentennial quarter with a minting error can skyrocket. Whether it's a misaligned design or a doubling of the 1776 to 1976 inscription, error coins are highly sought after by serious collectors. So, just how much can a 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter be worth? While most circulated quarters from the bicentennial series are worth only their face value of 25 cents, coins in exceptional condition can fetch hundreds of dollars. But here's where things get really exciting. If you happen to have a bicentennial quarter that is uncirculated or contains a rare minting error, it could be worth a small fortune. In fact, some of these rare and error-struck coins have been sold for as much as $145,000. Yes, that's right, $145,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that such a small piece of metal could hold so much value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, discovering one of these rare coins could make your entire collection worth more than you ever imagined. If you've come across a bicentennial quarter in your collection or find one in your change, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for signs of wear or, better yet, check to see if it's an uncirculated specimen or contains any minting errors. If you think you have something special, it's always worth having the coin evaluated by a professional numismatist who can authenticate it and give you an accurate appraisal. Coin collecting is all about the thrill of the hunt, and the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter is one of those coins that can make your collection truly stand out. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, this iconic coin is definitely one to keep an eye on. Second rare coin, we have a special treat for you. A coin that might look like any other quarter at first glance, but with a closer look, could turn out to be worth a small fortune. That's right, I'm talking about the US $quarter coin from 1979. This coin may seem like a common piece of currency, but for collectors, it could be hiding some incredible value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed by just how much this coin could be worth. The 1979 US $quarter coin is part of the regular series of US quarters that have been minted since 1932. This coin features the classic design by John Flanagan, with the image of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse side. His likeness has graced the quarter for decades, and this design is beloved by collectors for its timeless look. But it's not just the design that makes this particular quarter interesting, it's the year it was minted. The 1979 quarter is part of a significant period in U.S. coinage history. You see, the 1970s were a time of great change in the U.S. economy and in the way coins were produced. The decade saw the introduction of new coin designs, as well as the transition from silver to copper-nickel coins. As a result, the 1979 quarter, although it looks very similar to other quarters, is a part of a larger, historically important era of U.S. coinage. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular 1979 quarter so valuable? Well, the truth is that the vast majority of these coins, just like most quarters from this period, were produced in large quantities and saw heavy circulation. Most 1979 quarters are found in well-worn condition, and their value is very close to their face value of 25 cents. But there's something special about a select few of these coins that make them worth far more than just pocket change. The key to understanding the value of the 1979 quarter lies in its rarity, its condition, and any potential minting errors that might exist. Let's start with the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. If you come across a 1979 quarter that has been well preserved, showing minimal signs of wear, it is worth more than its standard 25-cent price. An uncirculated coin, meaning it has never been used in circulation and remains in mint condition, could be worth significantly more to collectors who seek out pristine examples for their collections, but the real excitement in the world of coin collecting comes from the discovery of minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in coins that are unique and often very rare. These errors are a dream for collectors because they're one of a kind, and as you can imagine, rare coins are incredibly valuable. For the 1979 quarter, there are several minting errors that can make these coins worth much more than their face value. One of the most well-known errors in 1979 quarters is the double die error. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice with the same die, causing the design to appear doubled on certain areas of the coin. In the case of the 1979 quarter, this doubling can often be seen on the date or other parts of the design, making the coin easy to spot for an experienced collector. Other potential errors on the 1979 quarter include off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, or coins that have been struck with incorrect dies. These errors are rare, and the more dramatic or obvious the error, the higher the coin's value. So, what can you expect in terms of the value of a 1979 quarter? If you have a well-preserved, uncirculated 1979 quarter, you're already looking at a coin worth more than just its face value. These coins can sell for upwards of a few $100s, depending on the condition and demand from collectors. But if you happen to own a 1979 quarter with a rare minting error, things get even more exciting. Coins with significant minting errors, such as the doubled die or an off-center strike, can sell for thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and demand. In fact, a particularly rare and well-preserved 1979 quarter with an impressive minting error has been known to sell for as much as $105,000. Yes, you heard that right, $105,000. It's truly incredible to think that a single 25-cent coin could be worth such a large sum. The value of these error coins has skyrocketed in recent years, and they continue to be highly sought after by collectors looking to add rare and unique pieces to their collections. If you're lucky enough to have a 1979 quarter in your collection, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for any signs of doubling in the date or other design elements. Check for minting errors such as off-center strikes or other anomalies that could make your coin stand out. If you think you've found something special, it's always a good idea to have it evaluated by a professional coin appraiser who can confirm its authenticity and provide an accurate assessment of its value. Coin collecting is an exciting and rewarding hobby, and the 1979 quarter is a perfect example of how even seemingly common coins can hold incredible value if you know what to look for. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, keep an eye out for those rare and unique coins. They might be worth more than you ever imagined. Third expensive coin, we're about to take a deep dive into one of the most interesting and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1965 U.S. $quarter coin. What might seem like just another quarter is actually a significant piece of history that could be worth a lot more than its face value. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much a 1965 quarter can actually be worth. The 1965 quarter holds a unique place in U.S. coinage history. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to look back at the year it was minted. In 1965, the United States was going through a major shift in its coinage. Prior to that year, quarters were made primarily of 90% silver, making them valuable not only as currency but also as a precious metal. However, due to the rising cost of silver, the U.S. Mint decided to make a significant change in 1965. They transitioned the quarter's composition from 90% silver to a more affordable 40% silver-clad composition. This decision was made to combat the rising costs of precious metals and to help stabilize the economy, which had been affected by inflation and increased demand for silver. This sudden shift in the metal content of the quarter resulted in an interesting twist in the coin's value. While most 1965 quarters are made of this 40% silver, they are still highly sought after by collectors due to the rarity of coins that are made with this new composition. The key to understanding the value of the 1965 quarter lies in its unique mix of historical context, limited production, and potential minting errors. At first glance, the 1965 quarter might look just like any other quarter. The design remains the same as the previous years, with the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. But what makes this coin stand out is the transition in its metal content, and the fact that it was the first year in which U.S. quarters were made from this new alloy. This makes the 1965 quarter a symbol of a pivotal moment in American coinage. Now, let's talk about why the 1965 quarter has become so valuable. As mentioned earlier, most of the 1965 quarters were produced with the 40% silver composition, which in itself gives the coin some intrinsic value. However, there's one big twist that elevates the worth of some of these quarters to jaw-dropping levels: minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. When a mistake happens during the minting process, it can result in a coin that's one of a kind, and these error coins can be worth far more than their standard counterparts. In the case of the 1965 quarter, one of the most sought-after error types is the double die error. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once with the same die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1965 quarter, the double die error can be seen in the date or parts of the lettering. Collectors love finding these rare errors because they make the coin incredibly unique and valuable. Another type of error that has been found on the 1965 quarter is the over mintmark error. This occurs when a mint mark, such as the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, is mistakenly placed over another mint mark, creating a coin with two mint marks. This error is extremely rare, and if you're lucky enough to find a 1965 quarter with an over mint mark, you've stumbled upon something truly special. But it's not just the minting errors that make the 1965 quarter a valuable find. As with all coins, condition plays a huge role in determining its worth. Most quarters from this period were circulated, meaning they went through daily transactions and became worn down over time. If you come across a 1965 quarter in uncirculated condition, it's worth a lot more than just its face value of 25 cents. An uncirculated 1965 quarter, especially if it has been properly preserved, is highly desirable to collectors. These coins can command a premium because they are in near-perfect condition, and collectors will pay top dollar for a coin that has been well taken care of. Now, the big question is, how much could a 1965 US quarter be worth today? Most 1965 quarters are worth only a few dollars above their face value, especially if they're in circulated condition. However, if you happen to have a 1965 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth several $100s. But the real jackpot comes with the rare minting errors or unique variations of this coin. A 1965 quarter with a significant minting error, such as a double die or over mint mark error, can fetch much higher prices at auction. In fact, some of these error coins have been known to sell for as much as $130,000, yes, you heard that right, $130,000. That's how much a rare 1965 quarter with a significant error could be worth. It's incredible to think that a simple coin, once just a part of everyday life, could carry such a massive value. If you're a collector or someone who enjoys hunting for rare coins, keep an eye out for those 1965 quarters. You just might have a small fortune sitting in your collection without even realizing it. If you come across a 1965 quarter in your spare change, or if you're lucky enough to have one in your collection, make sure to take a closer look. Examine the coin carefully for any signs of minting errors, and if you think you found something special, it's worth having it professionally evaluated by a coin expert. Who knows? You could be sitting on a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, we're going to talk about a coin that, at first glance, might look like just another quarter, but trust me, this one is anything but ordinary. Today, we're diving into the US quarter dollar coin from 1984. You might think that a quarter from the 1980s would be fairly common and not worth much, but you'd be surprised by just how valuable this coin can be. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this quarter could be worth. The 1984 US quarter dollar coin is part of the regular series of US quarters, featuring the classic design of George Washington on the obverse, along with the eagle on the reverse. The design by John Flanagan, which has been used since 1932, is instantly recognizable and has been a part of American currency for decades. However, while many of these coins were minted in large numbers, the 1984 quarter stands out for a few key reasons that make it incredibly desirable to collectors. Before we dive into what makes the 1984 quarter so special, let's first take a look at the context in which it was minted. The year 1984 was part of the period in U.S. coinage history when quarters were being produced in large quantities for regular circulation. These coins were made of a copper-nickel alloy, which was the standard for quarters at the time. But just because the composition and design were standard doesn't mean the 1984 quarter doesn't have hidden value. So, what exactly makes the 1984 quarter a valuable find for collectors? The first thing to understand is that most 1,984 quarters were circulated widely, meaning they were used in everyday transactions and were subjected to wear and tear over time. In fact, it's rare to find a 1984 quarter in pristine condition, and this is one of the main reasons collectors pay such close attention to this particular coin. The ones in excellent or uncirculated condition are much more desirable, and as a result, their value is higher than you might think. But condition is only part of the story when it comes to valuable coins. The real treasure for collectors lies in finding quarters with minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a unique variation of the coin. These error coins are highly sought after because they are one of a kind and are considered extremely rare. In the case of the 1984 quarter, there are a few different types of errors that could make it worth much more than its face value of 25 cents. One of the most famous types of minting errors that has been found on the 1984 quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times with the same die, resulting in a design that appears doubled or blurry. In the case of the 1984 quarter, the double die error can often be seen in the date, where the numbers 1984 appear to be doubled. This kind of error is highly collectible, and it's one of the key features that can drive up the value of the coin. Another potential error on the 1984 quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned with the die, resulting in a design that is shifted or misaligned. Off-center strikes are rare, and if you find a 1984 quarter with this error, it could significantly increase the coin's value. Collectors love these kinds of errors because they make the coin stand out, and they're usually much more valuable than regular, error-free coins. You may also come across 1984 quarters with other types of minting anomalies, such as incorrect or missing mint marks, that can make the coin especially valuable. These types of errors are extremely rare and can make a 1984 quarter worth a fortune if you're lucky enough to find one. So, what kind of price tag are we looking at for a 1984 quarter with a minting error or in excellent condition? Well, the value can vary depending on the rarity and condition of the coin. If you come across a 1984 quarter in uncirculated condition, it could be worth several $100s more than its face value. However, if you find a 1984 quarter with a significant minting error, such as a double die or off-center strike, the value can increase dramatically. Now, the big reveal: how much could a rare 1984 quarter with an impressive minting error be worth today? If you happen to have a 1984 quarter with one of these rare and highly sought-after errors, you could be sitting on a coin worth as much as $99,000. Yes, you heard that right, $99,000. It's hard to believe that a simple 25-cent coin could be worth such a staggering amount. The rarity of minting errors, combined with the fact that most 1984 quarters were heavily circulated, means that coins in perfect condition or with significant errors can fetch a small fortune in the right market. If you happen to find one of these treasures, you could be in for a huge payday. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1984 quarter that could be worth more than just a few quarters? First, make sure to examine it carefully for any signs of minting errors or unusual features. Look for signs of doubling in the date, misalignment in the design, or any other oddities that could indicate a rare error. If you think your coin might be valuable, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist, who can confirm its authenticity and value. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby, and discovering a rare coin can be one of the most thrilling experiences for any collector. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been in the game for years, always remember that coins from regular circulation can sometimes hold incredible value. Keep an eye out for those unique, rare pieces. You never know when you might stumble upon the next big find. Last unique coin: we're about to explore the fascinating world of the 1995 US $quarter coin. Now, most people probably think of quarters as just everyday currency, but you'd be amazed at how much some of them can be worth, especially when you consider rarity, condition, and even minting errors. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the intriguing story behind the 1995 quarter, and discover how this seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a valuable collector's item. The 1995 US $quarter coin is part of the regular series of quarters that features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, along with the classic eagle on the reverse. This design, created by John Flanagan, has been the standard on US quarters since 1932. While the coin's design may look familiar, the 1995 quarter stands out for a few reasons that you might not expect. First, let's talk about the coin's background. The year 1995 marked a time of transition in the U.S. Mint's coin production. This was a period when the U.S. was minting quarters for circulation, with Philadelphia serving as one of the primary locations for production. While the design remained the same as previous years, the 1995 quarter holds a special place in the world of coin collectors due to a combination of factors, including its relative rarity in pristine condition and the possibility of minting errors that can make it worth a lot more than its face value. At first glance, the 1995 quarter might seem like just another typical coin. After all, quarters are produced by the millions each year, and the 1995 issue was no exception. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced billions of quarters in 1995 to meet the demands of circulation. But here's where things get interesting. Even though the 1995 quarter is relatively common, it's still highly sought after by collectors, especially those looking for specific features, such as well-preserved examples or rare minting errors. Like with any coin, the condition of a 1995 quarter plays a significant role in determining its value. Most quarters from this time period were heavily circulated and have seen their fair share of wear and tear. However, if you're lucky enough to find a 1995 quarter that has been kept in uncirculated condition, it can be worth much more than just 25 cents. A coin that has been carefully preserved, free from scratches, discoloration, and other signs of wear, is a treasure for collectors who value high-quality pieces, but the real excitement comes with the discovery of minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting because they happen during the production process and can create unique, one-of-a-kind variations of a coin. And when it comes to the 1995 quarter, there are a few types of minting errors that can make this coin worth a fortune. One of the most well-known minting errors on the 1995 quarter is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck multiple times with the same die, causing part of the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1995 quarter, this can be seen most clearly in the date, where the numbers 1995 are doubled, creating a distinctive, blurry effect. Double die errors are incredibly valuable because they are so rare and often serve as the centerpiece of a collector's collection. If you happen to find a 1995 quarter with this error, it could easily be worth thousands of dollars, far beyond its face value. Another type of error that has been found on the 1995 quarter is the off-center strike. This occurs when a coin is not properly aligned with the die, resulting in a design that is shifted or misaligned. Off-center strikes are also highly sought after because they are an indication that something went wrong during the minting process, making the coin a unique variation that collectors love to get their hands on. Additionally, there are also quarters with missing or incorrectly placed mint marks that can add value to the coin. If you find a 1995 quarter that has a mint mark that's out of place, missing, or doesn't appear at all, you may have discovered an error that is quite rare and could increase the coin's value substantially. Now, you're probably wondering just how much a 1995 quarter could be worth. As we mentioned, a regular, well-circulated 1995 quarter is only worth face value, 25 cents. But when you start talking about uncirculated specimens, or even better, coins with significant minting errors, the value can skyrocket. In fact, a 1995 quarter with a noticeable double die error or off-center strike can easily command hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars at auction. And here comes the exciting part: if you happen to have a 1995 quarter with a major minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth $82,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $82,000. That's how much some rare 1995 quarters with significant errors can be worth. Imagine that. A coin that was once worth just a quarter could fetch that kind of money at auction. It's a testament to the amazing world of coin collecting, where the right piece at the right time can be worth a small fortune. So, how do you know if your 1995 quarter is worth a small fortune? The first step is to closely examine the coin for any signs of minting errors. Look carefully at the date, the design, and the overall condition of the coin. If you spot anything unusual, it might be time to have the coin professionally evaluated by a numismatist or coin expert. They can tell you if your coin has any valuable errors or unique characteristics that could increase its value. Coin collecting is an exciting and rewarding hobby, and with the right knowledge and a little bit of luck, you could discover some truly valuable coins hiding in plain sight. So, next time you come across a 1995 quarter, take a closer look. It could be worth much more than just 25 cents. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1995 US quarter-dollar coin and its potential value, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin discovery. Who knows, your next find could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Happy collecting, and remember, sometimes, it's the coins you least expect that hold the most value.